Chief Justice Torkornoo has crossed the line and now doing politics. We National Petroleum Authority, womo boss, Mr. Edudzi Tamakloe. Nensem ena mekan. Now, I don't want to waste much time. Me say yetie ensema wokan only Radio Gold for na interview. Endra ena Madam Torkornoo Ebabe kasai menim se na press conference we den you me hu din a me mfanto no wisa brofo no bebre many hours. Na Torkornoo wie ye no o prove kire every single Ghanaian the reason nti a ampa esese yinadi. Munyina motie no. Ena bebi a moye me trial no eho na me wofa wuye ena you are harassing me ena die ena me resign a me nya me benefit ensem bebrebe. Na Edudzi Tamakloe tie nsem no wie ye no the response aba yentie no mra quickly na me mfa me de enya den entato.
Akufo-Addo said one of Ghana's pioneering patrons is losing Edu, and that the decision to even name the place after him was to demonstrate his enduring legacy and values and his contribution to Ghana's international standing. That is the place Madam Torkornoo says is invoking memories of 1982. I mean, my brother. Mbano. At this point, our Chief Justice have crossed the line.
Crossed a line?
Yeah, crossed the line.
Which line?
No, she's engaged in direct and active politics.
Engage in direct and active politics?
Yes.
How?
That is politics. It is to incite the public against the regime. That's politics. Pure and simple. There are no ifs, there are no buts.
Is that the impression you get from listening to the entire press conference? The suggestion of the fact that this is a whole political agenda against her?
Yes.
That she's doing politics?
Pure.
Inciting the public against the regime?
Yes.
And you're saying that the basis for making these claims, all of the issues she raised about the hearings can all be addressed?
Legally. When you say, look, when somebody sues me, and he sues me in the name of a company, do you know what I do? Do you know what I do?
Educate us. Exactly how do you go about that?
The first thing is I'll do a search at the Registrar General Department.
Okay.
Well, depending on the outcome of the search, when the search shows that the company does not exist in the records of the Registrar General, I'll do a preliminary legal objection as to capacity.
Okay.
That it is not a legal person and therefore cannot sue or be sued. First, why is she not using that option?
They should have raised that as a legal objection.
Preliminary objection.
Okay.
Unless, of course, she knows that capacity is not required. The purposes of the petition for the removal of Superior Court judges.
That you do not require capacity.
That is the only reason.
He said, unless, of course, she knows. Is that
Yes.
your opinion that the issue of capacity does not arise?
It does not. I told you how dead people even petition for the removal of Charlotte Hotel.
But she says she is the first CJ to go through this process, so there should be some learning that should be applied. And they should be carefully conducted because you're dealing with perhaps the fourth most powerful person in the country.
First of all, what it means is that the Supreme Court, the Supreme Court, is the wisdom of the framers of the 1992 Constitution. They envisage that the Chief Justice can be removed, correct?
Oh, yes, clearly.
They made a provision for it, correct?
Yes.
So what is she talking about? Once the framers of the Constitution envisioned that we may get to a point where a CJ can misconduct himself, they provided this. It is also not the case. Supreme Court judges have been the subject of this process. The fact that it terminated one way or the other does not mean that she's the first CJ to go. In any case, Chief Justice Akwa, a petition came against him. So now, yes, Chief Justice Akwa. Bright Akwet, the respected lawyer, brought a petition for the removal of Akwa. President Kufuor actually received it. At the point, that process was challenged at the Supreme Court. That is how it got truncated. It doesn't mean that it has never happened before.
Well, what about the issues she raised about the fact that as CJ, some courtesies should be extended to her?
Like what?
She feels that she should not be searched thoroughly as it happens, her handbags and everything before the hearing. That defies the very courtesies that are supposed to be extended.
Listen. The proceedings is supposed to be what? Done in camera. Then you come there with your husband. That you want your husband to sit in the proceedings. So now how is this turn up? Sana.
That very request.
Look, when she came with her lawyer, Senior Ayikwe Otu, she wanted her husband to go with her into the process. A proceeding that the Constitution itself says should be in camera proceedings. Secret. How? Sana, in fairness, how?
Then she talks about the fact that on day one when she was not present, the committee refused to recognize the lawyer.
Is the lawyer not senior you go to? What form of recognition? In fact, it was senior you go to who went in and discussed that, oh, this is how the Chief Justice feels. And now if the committee members and Justice Palman then asked him that, are you good? You're a very senior lawyer. Is that your understanding of in-camera proceeding? I mean, you really know better. And that is how the matter ended.
You seem to be surprised at the fact that she even held a press conference at all.
I am completely shocked.
Why is this a big problem when you admit that it's a right?
Oh.
Anti abusia we na ye solid interviewer e course so ewo eye radio gold so 90.5 FM so hawa eye sinanombo ene Edudzi Tamakloe ese ye the discussion no. You see, it's factual. It's factual. Otie ensema wo kan ya wa say Torkornoo is behaving like a politician now. Or behave to say we are manyoninu. What's wrong with her? Huh? You see, I don't know why people don't want to see say Torkornoo ye NPP ni. Everything about her shows so ye NPP ni. Everything about her. And Torkornoo ankasa in her mind, in her head, on him so ye NPP ni. She's aware. Mebwa, Torkornoo nim say ye NPP ni. And this why will all of a sudden MPP4 be defending Torkornoo? Though a political appointment 2017 to 2018 and I Pam Charlotte or say no NDC 4B a political appointment is fine. But to the extent of doing demonstration, NDC 4 sem crown a year the day about Charlotte say you know muyine dino. But Enkrofo when him say Torkornoo will be there to protect their crime. Now Torkornoo nankasa him say onya benefit be from Chief Justice Adwuma no odidi mint no onpeso obeko fie means enu nso no upese uko umpeso obeko fie no aden na wan ye wadwuma yi. That should be the question. Adenti ena wan ye wadwuma yi. Because Torkornoo ye na adwuma very well as Tildra Wooda Kayembia should be maintained. But Torkornoo ye too partisan. I don't know say when they share and cry and say MPP be we ni bio ti only J Mensa no mu ye ni omope not knowing say few days left and then muna mudo opposition mo hwe mbobo. This is Torkornoo nen seminar ye discuss no